Hello, my name is Suckit, and we are playing FTB Skies. And today, well, last time anyway, we made these gas-burning generators. They're burning hydrogen right now. It could be going better. We need a lapidary dynamo to keep up with our power needs. So there's another thing that we could burn in here, and that is much better. What is it? Ethylene. Now we make it in a pressurized reaction chamber, and this seems to be like most things, including water, which is good. Hydrogen, we've already got. Biofuel is what we need. Now we can get biofuel in a number of ways. Where is it? It's here somewhere, right? That's biomass. That's also biomass. That's biofuel. Let's see. Okay, so we make this stuff in a crusher. And so potatoes are pretty good. Potatoes are a possibility. I also wonder about those berries from roots. Let's see if we can find them. Doesn't look like it. So we will just go ahead and make ourselves a crusher and think about automating. That's a basic crushing factory. We're not quite ready for that. Okay, we can make the steel casing. We'll have to run and get some lava. Do I even have buckets? Yes, I do. And the other thing we're going to need are some basic control circuits. So let's go ahead. I don't think I have any. Let's make sure. Oh, I do. Okay, so we can make ourselves a crusher. That's pretty good. And that completed a quest. We got some pasta. Lovely. Now, if we throw an apple in here, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some biofuel. I hope. Let's see. Okay, good enough. Now we can link drawers to this controller, like these are all linked to it. If we were to get the configuration tool, you can see. We can link drawers without them necessarily touching each other. And I think the range is significant. I think that we could go ahead and put a drawer right here and link it. Yep. We're gonna lock it, and we're gonna set it to biofuel. Now, we set the behind here, the external storage. We might be able to just go see it. We have a priority on this. Priority set to 10. Now, by default, the system, including the disk drive, I think is 0. So, if we were to sort of automate the production of biofuel, we could send it right into the system. It would go into that drawer, and we could send it up via pipe, ready to be processed, right? Now, what we're going to need to do that is, here it is. It's something called an importer. We're going to need another destruction core and probably another construction core, or an improved processor. Okay, do we have any? Yes, we do. And we're just going to pop it down right here. And we're going to turn it up. We're going to turn eject on, and we're going to want it to output. Turn these to none. We're going to want it to output to the bottom. So if we were to throw, did these not work? Let's see. Those don't work. That's too bad. If we were to throw, let's say, a stack of apples in here, as those apples get processed into biofuel, we should, yeah, okay, wonderful. Now my next question is, if I had an item pipe up here And let's make a bunch of oak planks. Let's go ahead and make another oak drawer. We're gonna want to lock this. One way or another, we're gonna want this locked. So we pop it up here, right? Can we link it? It sure looks like it. So if we were to have, say, potatoes going into the system. Do I have any potatoes here? No. I know where to get some, though. Aha. Remember these guys? We have some potatoes. And we could make a few farmers over here. I got one of these ender chests hooked up to the tree farm. And we're gonna use it for our potato guys also. As you can turn the sound off in the configs, but I haven't done that yet. And I don't want to listen to these guys. I don't know how many we'll end up needing. We'll start with 3. I assume that this process is going to burn through the biofuel pretty fast. I guess we'll see. I got a good amount of it already. Let's see. What we're going to need to do is, first of all, put another pipe down here. Now we're going to need to set up to process this stuff. So back to the ethylene. I'm going to turn the sound down. This stuff gets awful loud. So we're going to need a rotary thingamabobber. Doesn't look that hard to make. We're going to need one of these energy tablets. Let's put that in our inventory. That's like a portable battery that the mod adds. We're going to need a fluid tank. We've seen those. We're going to need a chemical tank. We've seen those. And we're going to need some of these. Alright, here we go. One rotary condom. What's this? Now we're going to set this with items to input from the bottom, right? I don't see... Ah, we made the wrong thing. We need a pressurized reaction chamber. I'm sure I'm sure this thing will be useful at some point. Let's see what's involved in the pressurized reaction chamber. Here we are. Okay, so we'll need a dynamic tank, these are cool. They're multi-block tanks. We might have a use for them. We'll need an enrichment chamber, huh? So we'll need a steel casing, body blue, and then we'll need 2 chemical tanks. Is that everything? We need 1 more control circuit? Really? Good thing we made some. Here we go. Alright, take 2. Okay, very good. It's taking the biofuel in from the bottom. Now we're going to want to feed this thing water and hydrogen. So we're going to break these pipes. We're going to feed it hydrogen from the top. Right? Yep. Very good. And then we're going to feed it water from this side. So let's see. fluids, all inputs. Okay, very good. And we got our aqueous accumulant over here. Already got a good amount of biofuel. I guess the question is, okay, we're getting substrate, so we're gonna need to get rid of that stuff. Take it out manually, I guess, for the time being. So, items. This isn't gonna be an output. This might be. Let's make another drawer. Now, can I output into this directly? Doesn't look like it. That's okay. I'll output right here, right? Okay. That'll deal with the substrate. Now we're going to want to eject this ethylene. Let's get to the gases. Right over here. So we're going to need a few more of these gas pipes. You can see why I wanted the refined storage system. It's just so much easier. Down and up and up. There we go. And this will start filling this, I hope, with ethylene. Now I've brought my thermal machines up here. But we're not going to use them immediately. We're going to prepare to use them. What we need are a couple of blank patterns. 3 ought to get us started. And we're going to want to make another grid. So another construction core. And another destruction core. Here we go. And we're going to need yet another machine casing. Let's hope we have enough of, yes we do. Okay, there's a grid. Oh, wait a minute. Did I make the wrong thing? Here's the pattern. Nope, we made the right thing. Okay, very good. Let's get the rest of those patterns out of there. We're going to need them. So, this thing is the next big deal. This is what we use to program recipes into our machine. Our refined storage system, I'm trying to say. And now to do that, we're going to need these patterns. We're also going to need something for the recipes to go in. And those are these crafters. Now they're just dyed. We don't have the fancy ones. That's our tools. That's not what we want. This is what we want. So again, okay, so we're gonna need some more basic processors. Let's get that going. Okay, with the ethylene, these are like full of power. It's like 8,000 a tick each one of these. We're at full. This was a good idea. Alright, here we go. Our first crafter. Let's get what cable we have here. Now we're going to want to put this stuff somewhere. Like somewhere that's a little bit out of the way. Maybe we'll start here. And just kind of make a little wall out of them. Now for these that we just have free, it doesn't matter how you have them oriented. It doesn't matter with the machines. We're going to be getting into that in a minute. But for now, we're just going to run cable along what will eventually be the ceiling here. So that our crafter's hooked up to the system. There we go. You can see it's all lit up now. Now what we can do is start programming recipes into it. Now the most important recipe that we can program in, and we want to turn exact off because we want to be able to use any kind of glass. That's the pattern. We're just going to throw that in there, and I'm going to show you what I want to show you with something else. Because you can't tell with the pattern. So let's say we got an importer here, right? If we press shift with this in our inventory, it'll show us what the pattern is for. Cool? So the next thing I want to do is teach this thing how to make crafters. Now the pattern itself is easy enough, but we're going to have to teach this thing eventually advanced processors. But certainly the raw advanced processors, right? And that's going to mean we have to teach it processor bindings. And by the time we start putting all of this in here, we already need another crafter anyway. So let's see though if we can make it. No, we need a little bit of cable. Throw it all in there. Now we should be able to make it, huh? Yeah. There we go. Now we just pop it down there. Right. Now, the next thing I want to teach this thing is importers. So let's see. Does it already know it? Have I already taught it? I've already taught it the importers. So what we're going to want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 importers. Can we handle it? Let's find out. No, we're going to need basic and improved processors. Now we're going to have the redstone furnace hooked up to all this very soon. But for now, we're just going to have to go ahead and craft 4 of these like so. Oh, we need more. Please tell me I was already cooking some up. Very good. These 2 will be hooked up. Let's try that again. Let's go 4 of these and 4 of these. And I'll smelt them up. Now I set all of these up to eject through the bottom. Oh, we're going to need 1 more. So now, when stuff comes out of here, just like the biofuels go into the drawer down there, these will go anything wherever's appropriate. If we have a drawer for it, good. If not, it'll just go on the disk. We're going to need to upgrade that very soon. Alright, now we're going to make ourselves, I hope, 6 crafters. Have everything? Yes, we do. Now we're going to put these... Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly the orientation we want. So that the little sort of arrow you see is pointing down. Now we've got it hooked up to cables with the system, and now we could put recipes in here. So we could teach it this. We could teach it how to smelt basic processors for us. So we won't have to do this by hand anymore. And I put recipes for the other ones in there. So now that we got all this together, I want to work on adding some machines and upgrading some of the ones we have. We're going to start with upgrading the mechanism machines. The ones we can, we're going to upgrade them to the next tier, if we can find the tier upgrades. Yeah, here we go. So we got a basic tier installer here, right? Sure, great. We got to worry about these things too. So basic control circuit. This is going to go in our metallurgic infuser. But we just want osmium in the basic control circuit, right? We're going to need multiple infusers to really deal with this. For now, well, okay, yeah, we have the enrichment chambers. So let's go ahead and teach the system how to make enriched redstone. I'm going to throw that right up here, and we're going to make a stack of this stuff. Should be easy. Okay, we've got an amount of this now. So this infuser is pretty much going to be dedicated to redstone. Right? Right. So let's make 3 of the tier 1 installers. Very good. Well, here's one anyway. Let's go ahead. See this? See that? That's quite an improvement. 3 at once. We can also upgrade this with speed and energy and muffling. It's kind of like the integral components. They upgrade the machines. This is the most important upgrade. They let you do a number at a time. Next tier up is the advanced tier. And for this, we're going to need a few more things. We're going to need infused alloy out of our metallurgic infuser. And we're going to need these advanced control circuits, which are infused alloy, and the basic control circuits. This tier is probably fine for the potatoes, so we'll just make 2 of the advanced tier installers. And we'll throw them in here. And you can see now it's got 5 slots, and there's an elite with 7, and this guy here, the ultimate, with 9. Now, the next thing that I want to think about is refined obsidian. We already have the B, but it can't really do anything. It's the ingot that we're moving towards, and to get it, we're going to need an osmium compressor. So let's go ahead and we'll just make a recipe for it. Why not? What do you think? Do we have enough sand? Andesite, can we take these over here? I think so. We need to teach this thing how to make glass. Oh, here's some glass right here. Let's, there we go. Over to our smelter. Where's the sand? Is that sand? I think that's sand. Okay. And we can just throw this up top here. Now, this is as big as the crafters get. We could put another one in front pointing in, but that always looks silly. We'll probably just wrap around with them as needed. Maybe we could end up with machines over here too. We'll see. Okay, so now we've got all that sand to make all the glass we need. We're going to go ahead and make this osmium compressor. Okay, somewhere along the line, we completed some more quests. That's 16 fluorite. Okay, 4 infused alloy. Now while we're waiting, I want to see what's going on when we're crafting. So we're gonna make a crafting monitor. Here we go. That's all there is to it, huh? All right. Well, we'll recycle this rest of that pattern. We're only gonna need 1 crafting monitor. But I don't feel like crafting all that stuff manually. Got a little more silicon. This thing is a great help. There it is. Wonderful. Now this thing will allow us to see what's going on when we're crafting. So we can see all the different parts, all the different steps, where it is, see if it's getting stuck anywhere. Now, it will sometimes say machine won't accept item because there's another item in the machine. If it says no valid recipe or something like that, then you know you got your pattern in the wrong crafter. Now, we probably won't actually be using this thing too much because it only does 2 things. It makes refined osmium and it makes refined glowstone. Unless we need a lot of those, I mean, we're going to have a refined osmium B. We already do have one. We just need refined osmium to pollinate it. We may end up taking this out of here. We're certainly going to take the crafting monitor and the osmium compressor recipes out. We can write right over them. So what we want is refined obsidian. Now the ingot, that recipe goes in the osmium compressor. And we're going to need some osmium, surprise, to run this thing. So we'll just throw it in there. It's 1 osmium ingot, 1 refined obsidian ingot. Now, we're going to need this refined obsidian dust, which, well, we could make it a crusher if we had the ingots, but this is more likely what we're going to do. We're going to make another metallurgic infuser and assign it to diamond. Now, the enriched diamond is just as good as the enriched everything else. You'll get like 8 times the the output. So you definitely want to be doing that when you're making these components. Alright. This one we're going to have dedicated to diamond, like I said. Let's see where we were in the process. I get confused and distracted. Okay, so we got the diamond. We need the obsidian dust. And I feel like what's, okay, powdered obsidian. So what do we do with this? We can put it in a metallurgic infuser to get refined obsidian dust. Okay. That's what we want. And here with deep slate we get obsidian. That's cool. But yeah, refined obsidian dust. That's perfect. Throw that right over here. And let's see if we can make ourselves 9 refined obsidian. Yep, sure enough. Here comes our first one. Awesome. Now I made the recipe for printed silicon. I should have shown this. What you want to do, and this is true for the thermal machines too, you want to take this thing out. That thing's going to stay in the machine. I hope. Let's go ahead and see if we can make a little bit here. Okay, yeah, throws it right in there. And it should take just the printed silicone. Okay, yes, very good. And we better put this in our inventory just in case it's a quest. Now we got our refined obsidian block. We can add this to our bees. And that loot bee is still a loot bee. Maybe that's just the behavior when they end up going into a hive. They just stay loot bees forever. Let's see, blue banded, chocolate, neon, digger, neon, no leaf cutter bee yet. Now meanwhile, these things are almost full of ethylene. We have plenty of power. I put a void upgrade in here. And yeah, this, we're not even scratching our usage, so this is good. And now, sure enough, we're getting refined obsidian dust from our bees, and we'll just be able to just smelt it. Let's see. What do we do with it? I think we just oh, we put it in the compressor if we need the ingots, but we'll mostly be using this enriched obsidian as yet another metallurgic infuser fuel thing. Now, let's say we wanted to improve this thing with some energy upgrades. It's going to be a lot easier now. Well, it'll be a lot easier if we can find mechanism. Even easier if we could spell. Let's see what we're looking for. Okay, yeah, energy upgrades. So it knows how to make all of this. We're going to have to teach it gold dust in the pulverizer. Just like so. And away it goes. We can watch its progress. We're making some patterns also. So this is You see why we wanted this. You see why I rushed it. Now, even using our storage drawers down there, we're getting pretty full. So we're gonna teach this thing how to do everything. We're gonna teach it how to make a 16K storage disk all the way down to the 1K storage part, and then the disk itself. Throw it all up in here. We'll get it going. Oh, we need string. Now we have the flax. There's no reason why we shouldn't try to automate it with our villagers. And I think this will be a valid crop. I guess we'll find out, huh? Put this in here? No, we can't. That's okay. We should have some good ways to automate non-vanilla crops pretty soon. Alright, we'll toss all of those in there. Yep. And it's starting to fill up with ethylene over here. These are full. Sweet. So the next thing we have to start thinking about, I made some more crystalline bees, but that's not going to keep up with our nether quartz needs. So we're going to have to think about some auto mining, but that's going to have to wait until the next episode. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.